I don't know who would be up at this hour. Hello. Say hi. Hi, bro. How are you? Rhonda. Oh, I'm not doing too well. I lost my sister today. And, I see there's 5 people on here. Yeah, she's gone. They were gonna, about 6 weeks ago, she had COVID. And she was in and out of the hospital with COVID pneumonia and developed blood clots. And then they ended up having to do open heart surgery. And, oh, I lost people. I guess they don't want to hear about loss. Hi, Margie. Thank you, honey. I miss you. Anyway, so she went into open heart surgery after having COVID for a while. And COVID people developed blood clots. I think they did surgery too soon, but that's not for me. I'm not a doctor. And she was doing fine this morning. Had breakfast. They were going to move her to another room after open heart surgery and send her home on Monday. And she died right on the spot. They took her back into surgery and opened her up, and she was full of blood clots. So they couldn't revive her. Out of my whole family, she was all I had left. But how's everybody else doing? Christopher hooked me up with a good internet, and that's $25 a month. Hey, Wookie, how are you, honey? I see you survived the fires. I'm so happy to see everybody here. I figured it was too late, but my haircut doesn't look that good. I need a wash. My son is gonna. I'm glad, Wookie. That makes me happy. I hope your mom is doing well. Rhonda, are you okay? I haven't seen anybody for a while, but if this internet holds up like it has been, I shouldn't buffer. I shouldn't anything else. $25 a month, totally unlimited. Oh, I'm sorry, Wookie. I lost my sister today. So, yes, it is through Visible. And Chris added me to his party, so it's only $25 a month. Really good internet. Thank you, Wookie. November sucks for me. My mom died on the 1st of November in 1979. My dad died the day before Thanksgiving in 1990, which would be the 21st. And my sister died today. You need to go to Visible, but I think you have to have somebody jailbreak your hotspot. It's through Verizon. It's totally unlimited. As you see, I've had the TV going, the computer going, and nothing has buffered. I turned the TV off. Look, they put my new TV up there instead of that old bulky one. Got my solar on now, 1600 watts. And Visible is wonderful, but you pay $40 until you get 4 people in your party. Yeah, Wookie. Day before Thanksgiving, Daddy died. And Thanksgiving hasn't been the same. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. RV Rebel Girl cut my hair, and if it was washed, it would look wonderful. Look, hang on. my son has got a new truck driving job, and he's coming to Willcox tomorrow. And I got Sharon's hat, and this is what I'm gonna wear. To lunch with my son and his boyfriend. I don't know if all you know, but my son is gay, and he's got a wonderful boyfriend, and they've got wonderful jobs, and my son's going to school as he's truck driving, and he's going to be a counselor for drug addicted felons. And you have to excuse me, my glasses. Yeah, he's coming to see me in the morning. Oh, hello, Mr. Breeze. How are you, honey? Good to see you. You know who made this hat? Sharon from S&S and the RV Cats. I'm going to take it off now because maybe I'll have time to wash it in the morning. Good to see you, Mr. Breeze. Hugs to you. I know. Honey, I got masks all over the place. I got a big bag of masks along with a couple Tommy Coppers and oh, Mr. Breeze, love you too. Well, that's what I'm wearing to dinner tomorrow, or to breakfast. I'm gonna have my sunglasses on and I'll look cool. Because I don't feel like taking a shower right now. It's so hard to lose somebody that you love. Please cherish every moment, but be careful. They want to do the memorial service for my sister on the 4th of December in Milwaukee. And I'm trying to talk my brother-in-law into doing it on a different date after the vaccine comes available. She's all I had left, Margie. I've got half sisters, but they don't care. Through ancestry, I got hold of relatives that will probably. I want them to wait until after the COVID in Wisconsin is, because that's where it's really bad. My brother-in-law isn't listening to me, so I don't want to go and risk my health and my daughter's health. Then I found out that my nephew is the assistant manager of the city of Milwaukee. The only two people higher than him are the manager and the mayor. So my nephew may be the mayor someday. I didn't know that. Let me read. I agree, Margie. Yeah, well, I didn't. Okay, so I told the story a minute ago. She woke up this morning. She had breakfast. She was perfectly fine. And they were fixing to move her to another room. And the next thing you know, she died. A blood clot broke loose and went into her heart and killed her. They cracked open her chest, but it was too late. She had COVID. And how she found out she had COVID was blood clots. And they did a test and she was positive. And she got COVID pneumonia. Was in and out of the hospital. And she just died. And my daughter took my nephew to the doctor today because he's got my grandson, I'm sorry, not nephew. He's got ADHD They put them on a medicine that doesn't mess them up like Ritalin does. And she was losing it. And she told the pediatrician wanted to know why she was losing it. One, because she was talking to me. And two, because of my sister. And come here, Coco, if you want to come up here. Hang on one second. As you can see, my chair is next to me, and Coco has found it very comforting. But she, I truly think they did open heart surgery before they should have. They should have waited till the beginning of the year till all her blood clots. Because when you have COVID, what kills people are the blood clots. When they open people up, I talked to Teresa, and she said that she was looking at pictures of autopsies of people with COVID. Because, of course, Teresa was a nurse. And it was a mess. Blood clots everywhere. So, let me read what's being said. I need to shut up and I'm not gonna go on the 4th, Margie. I think she's being cremated, and I think because of that you're not in a hurry. He's going to the funeral home tomorrow, and a lot of people aren't having funerals. And they're up in Milwaukee, so I would have to drive to Wisconsin. And I think during the spring, after, if God help us, if a vaccine is out there, then I'll go in the spring for a celebration of life. Yeah, Wookie, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, Mr. Breeze. I appreciate that. I've got a new on my new RV, I've got a new solar system. So there's 1,600 watts up there. And then I've got a new, hang on, I've got to stop this dog. Hey, 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 hey. Come over here. Hang on. Come on. Down here. Good girl. Hi, Christopher. Oh, are you at work already? I didn't even hear you leave. Wookie, it's not for you to explain if they don't understand. They need to go see a therapist. My son is coming tomorrow morning, Christopher, so I'm probably going to meet them at TA. Christopher was my armor today. He was my rock. And you notice I tease Christopher because he has to wake up in time to make the donuts. Anybody my age knows that Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Time to make the donuts. Christopher helped design my TV up there. That's not the big bulky TV. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and talk my brother-in-law out of the 4th of December. If he wants to do it, then they're gonna have to be virtual because my daughter says if I go, she's gonna go, and I can't chance her being just coming out of cancer. Milwaukee and Wisconsin is terrible with the COVID right now. Am I froze? I'm not froze. And yes, Margie, you need to get visible and get rid of Verizon. I know that I'm sure the funeral director will tell him. I know it's too risky for me and my daughter. My daughter canceled her Thanksgiving with her grandmother. Yeah, my time ended up this month. Well, I went month to month because I paid everything off in full. But I'm going to go and cancel the hotspots. Tomorrow maybe I'll be in town. But my year is up November. Do you remember November when I got the hotspots? You were with me. You and Jeff were with me. But I got an old Verizon hotspot that used to be Chris's. It's jailbroke or whatever. And I'm not buffering or anything. I don't have the TV on. Yeah, you went right after I did, I believe. But this Visible is wonderful. You get 4 people. I'm included in Chris's. So I only pay $25 a month. Am I buffering with anybody? I mean, I was watching TV, playing my game. Nothing buffered. That's good. thanks to Chris. He turned me on to it. They turned off my phone at Verizon as of yesterday. Or my payment. Probably owe one more month. But we're at $25 a month now. You gotta get 4 people together, and then they just charge you $25 a month for Verizon hotspot. So now I will be able to do live feeds. One of the reasons I came on tonight was because I can. Now my hotspots, I'll have to go in tomorrow and get them canceled for Verizon. I know, but you really, if you're in a good spot for Verizon, any signal, now when I go down to Quartzsite, I might lose it for a while, but I don't know. There's not going to be any Canadians down there, but I got to go to Las Vegas. When I go to Las Vegas, a friend of mine's got prostate cancer, so I'm going to have to pretty much stay on my own for the next week. Then I'm going down to Quartzsite, going to park my RV, and going to be in isolation there. And then I have to go to Las Vegas. A friend of mine's got prostate cancer. And he's going through radiation, so I'm going to go help him for a while. 4 people per group, Margie. So let's say you and 3 more of your peeps. There's $25. The next peep has to start their own party group. Chris can tell you what site to go to in order to get other people, strangers even, to join your party, so they only have to pay $25 a month. Well, my friend isn't going through chemotherapy. If I said that wrong, I apologize. He's going through radiation. He's got prostate cancer. Well, we've got some strangers on ours. Hi, Tanya. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But I guess God wanted her more than we did. And I don't talk religion or politics on my channel, but when it comes to some things, whatever God is to you or to Sam Smith or to whoever, I guess he wanted her more than, I guess he needed her up there more than we needed her down here. The bad thing is we've been in the outs for the last 10 years. And I promised God if he got her through COVID, I would connect. Been talking to my brother-in-law, and I was going to go to Wisconsin. That's why, Margie, I asked you if you were going to Wisconsin. So I could go up there and see my sister and also have support. I know, Wookie. I'm hoping. I woke up this morning for no reason at all. Didn't have to. Anybody my age will know that you wake up a couple times a night to go to the ladies' room. I didn't have to go to the ladies' room. I just woke up, smoked a cigarette. There you go, Christopher. So Christopher used his phone that he bought in order to activate me onto a jetpack. This jetpack has its own phone number. They don't know it's a jetpack. He's pretty smart. If you want to join Visible, get a hold of Christopher. Because he's... Yeah, you've got the 8800, but I'm using the... What number is this, Christopher? The one that's broken. If I can get this jailbroke, I'll use this one. But right now I'm using this one. But I don't know how to jailbreak this. It's a Verizon, and Visible goes on Verizon lines, but you still have to unlock it. And I don't know how to unlock it. So I'm not using my 8800 right now. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm using on this. Because it's already jailbroke or whatever. I agree, Chris. But if this one's an older one, and if it breaks, I want to be able to transfer it to this. So, wish you'd have seen my lights on and come and talk to me, Chris. Unlocked. I call it jailbreak. But what can you say? Who else is here? There's Margie, Chris, Wookie, Rhonda, Tanya, who doesn't ever talk. You need to talk, Tanya. Yeah, you ought to get Visible, Wookie. If you get 4 people in your group, it's only $25 a month. No buffering, no slow down. Because on Verizon, after 15 gigs, you slow down. It still works okay, but not when you want a live feed. So it's a good deal. Margie, I saw your pictures on the lake today. Was it today? I'm jealous. There's no water here at all. It hasn't rained in a while. Just like you were jealous of my haircut, I was jealous of your boat ride. I need to get to the Colorado River and watch it flow. I don't care how many days it was. I've been offline because I've been trying to get my RV. I got my solar, 1600 watts. I need a couple batteries to make it longer. My TV put up. And I'm all set now to boondock. Yes, it is a lot of solar. But it was cheap. I went to Santan Solar. You know, the people that came to the van build. Well, whether it sucks or not, Tanya, I'd keep it at $20 a month. I know Verizon is good unless you're in the middle of Quartzsite. There's like 10,000 people there, all trying to use a Verizon tower. You can't. Well, a C would be. Your dog would be happy in a C. Because you should have seen these two when I came into this A class. They were like running back and forth. So much room. Good night, Chris. I love you, honey. I gotta go meet the kids at TA tomorrow morning. Go to Santan Solar. They're the ones that went to the van build and brought all those panels there. Battleborn batteries. What did you do? Win the lottery? Man. I know, right, Mr. Breeze? Battleborn batteries. Holy shit. I can get 10 batteries for your price of 2. I've got 6 now with 1600 watts. Yeah, I'll bet it did. I completely understand that. I've been sort of sitting here. Lazy Days is one of the best RVs out there. If you can get a hold of Lazy Days, you got it made, Wookie. I've got 6 AGM batteries and I'm going to get 2 more because they've never been worn down. You got 4 new AAA batteries. That's funny. I got a bunch of triple A's up there. But I can't afford Battleborns. I could buy 10 batteries. I've got a big Class A now, and it can handle the weight for your remote control. Here's, here's mine. I think these bastards put A's in here, or triple A's. I've got all the double A's I need, but I need triple A's for my remotes. Yeah, I understand that. With my starting battery, I've got. Hang on, I gotta put Clyde to bed. Oh, it's only 32 feet, but it's like a one-bedroom apartment. When the slides open up, it's wonderful. Hang on 1 minute, I gotta put Clyde in his bed. Okay. Oh my gosh. There you go. Come on, Clyde. Clyde. Come on. Good boy. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. But Clyde had to get in his bed. Okay. Margie's gonna go lie down next to Jeff. Of course, he's her husband, but of many, many years. But I'm glad I got some sort of showing at 12:25 in the morning. Surprised my son hasn't come on. Okay, Margie, I'm sorry. I apologize, but you've said it on Facebook or on YouTube so many times that um, everybody knows what you're doing because she's gonna pass out like a light. I don't think I tell secrets because you pretty much tell your secrets. So, Mr. Breeze, I forgot what state you're in. Are you in a cold state? It's cold as shit up here in Willcox. I'm headed to Quartzsite and then I'm going to go to Las Vegas. And then help a friend that's going through radiation through cancer, prostate. Wait a minute, I didn't understand that, Mr. Breeze. I agree, Tanya, because you're still in Texas. Oh my gosh. I dislike Texas. I lived there for 30 years. And all those 30 years I was, Baba! Hello, sweetie. Thank you for your wonderful comments that you left. Well, that's true half the time, Mr. Breeze. Bubba, I'm so glad you could join us. I mean, I know it's late at night, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't go to sleep. Even with my medication, I'm not even tired. And I didn't know Mr. Breeze was in Texas. I thought he was elsewhere. Are you moving towards Arizona, Mr. Breeze? I'm going to give you my Forrest Gump wave. Bubba, how's Napoleon? I think about him every time I see a dog begging, because my dogs beg. You're a couch nomad. Where in Texas do you live? Approximately south. Okay, I don't need to know the city. South, north, east, west. I don't want you to put personal information on here. Southeast. Okay, got it. No, got it. Were you being southeast? Were you hit by any of those hurricanes? I hope. Oh, Napoleon is not a piece of crap. But Bubba dogs always play people like a fiddle. So when was the last time he got your food? You haven't posted that in a long time. That dog can do miracles. He's a little um rabbit dog, a hound dog. Oh God, my brain isn't working right tonight, Bubba, and I apologize. He's a beagle, and he can jump up on a counter and steal Bubba's sandwich in a heartbeat. Well, that's good, Mr. Breeze. I mean, I feel sorry for Louisiana, but um, if you're southeast, then I mean, it's been 29 named storms so far this year. Bubba, that's funny. I can see it. Both, both. The only fire he didn't bark at was mine. He just enjoyed it. Yeah, it's gonna start hitting the East Coast pretty soon, Bubba. Well, I could have gone to Lollapalooza this year, but with the COVID going rampant and that partially having to do with my sister passing away, I'm pretty jicky about being around people. And RV Rebel Girl came out here. She cut my hair. You would never know because I haven't washed it here recently. Um, she had just left Lollapalooza to come here. What's that, Bubba? Why? You ought to meet Napoleon. I'm telling you, he's a. Why didn't he bark at our fire? Because he loves me. Shh, don't tell anybody. He goes to boofing at every other fire but mine. But Bubba, no, I'm gonna stick up for me because I'm special. You brought his bed, he laid on his bed and he didn't bark one bit at our fire. He just laid there and behaved himself. Didn't bark once. Maybe I'll make it to Lollapalooza next year. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want my brother-in-law to do a. If he wants to do my sister's being cremated, so he's got all the time in the world to do what he wants to do. If he wants to do the memorial, he can do it live feed because I can't afford it. My daughter can't afford to be in Wisconsin where all the COVID is. Um, and then this spring, if a vaccine comes out, I'll get a vaccine, wait a while, and go for, hey, Buck, what's up? Thank you, Buck. But if he can do a later this spring, uh, a life celebration, I will go because they're up in Milwaukee. Fuck, I can't take this RV into Milwaukee in the middle of winter. There's no RV parks open. Oh wait, I lie. State parks. Hell yeah, it's too cold up there. I was talking to PJ today and her phone got off. Why? Because they were having a snowstorm in Minnesota. We had snow here. So if he wants to do the memorial and do it live feed, then I'll do that. And then later on, we can gather our money together as a family and do what's it called? A celebration of life where people will actually show up. I don't want to go to Wisconsin in November. I have to leave my RV in Quartzsite and take the car and the dogs because there's nobody to watch the dogs. Yeah, I agree. Glad you made it, Buck. Don't, yeah, don't do what, Mr. Breeze? Don't go to Wisconsin where it's all red because Wisconsin is blowing up like a fucking balloon. I'm in Willcox right now. Yeah, Baba. I'm at home. My temporary home. And then I'm going to go to Quartzite, leave my RV there, and then I've got to go to Las Vegas to see a friend of mine that's got prostate cancer. It's going through radiation. Moneyville. Well, Mr. Breeze, we're going to have, we've been talking about it, and I think we may have a mummy mash up here. People coming from all around. I doubt if all the big YouTubers will be here, but I'm going to start doing videos again, too. Yeah, go lay down, Clyde. She, I still can't get over it. She went through open heart surgery just fine. And because she had COVID for so long, most people die from blood clots going to their lungs or their heart or their brain. She had a blood clot go to her heart, and she died on the spot after she had breakfast and was fixing to be moved out of ICU. It's going to be mummy mash. It was a mash. It was the mummy mash. So we could go to the cemetery here because one of Wyatt Earp's brothers buried here, and have a mummy mash in a cemetery. If you want to come in costume, hi Bear. It's anybody who wants to join, honey. We all know each other. We welcome anybody that comes in. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion. And we don't talk about hate. And welcome. We, with open arms, okay, you have to excuse me. Going through a crisis here. We welcome with open arms. You're all the way in Anchorage. Holy crap. No wonder your name is Bear Paws. And I appreciate the subscription. I haven't had a time to do anything. In Alaska. There's an Italian restaurant up there a friend of mine's sister owns. They were one of the first Italians. Buck, it snowed up here already. It's been colder than hell. I guess hell isn't cold. I don't want to be in Florida. I'm sorry, Buck. It's too humid. I love the beach and everything else, but it was just way too humid. Ah, there you go. Where in Florida, Bear Paws? Because Buck lives close to Daytona. I'm not going to give his where he lives away. I mean, even though it's on his page, but I don't know where that county is. You have to tell me. Hello, whoever came in and didn't say hello. Margie, are you going to try and make it to the queue? Because after I go to Las Vegas and spend time with my friend up there, I've got to isolate for 2 weeks before I go. God, Bear Paws, I couldn't stand the humidity down there. But I had to go and see my friend Buck. So Buck knows all of Florida. Hang on, Clyde's got to get in his bed again. And I got to make another orange juice. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm here. Come on. Come on. Clyde. Come. Come on. Get in. Come on. Come on. Okay, kiss my ass. Go by yourself. I'm going to have orange juice. Vitamin C to ward off COVID. Go lay down, because where is my ashtray? Because it's too fucking cold to sit in. I'm on my way. Okay, it's too cold to sit in the doorway and smoke, so I'm going to smoke in my RV. I don't do it very often. Wait a minute. Oh, bear paws, they call them, what is it, pimento bugs. But they're big, glorified roaches. They may not be German roaches, but they're big, glorified roaches. Yeah. Yes, they do, Mr. Breeze. They are huge. But you're in the southeast, so bear paws. In Alaska, the mosquitoes are bigger than a freaking hummingbird. Probably bear paws. They call them water bugs in Florida. There ain't nothing but glorified roaches. They're just not German roaches. I know everybody's gonna have to stay home, Bubba. I'm gonna isolate for 2 weeks and then I'll spend Thanksgiving with my friend in Las Vegas. Bear paws, it doesn't matter. They're just big. Clyde, go and lay down. Yeah, that's what I heard. You have so much sunlight in the summer, and then they gotta go. They gotta grow when they can. Damn it, I forgot my lighter. Give me 1 second. The hell? There it is. Everybody can see me in the mirror just wobbling. Probably not gonna go to sleep. It's a truth, Mr. Breeze. Have you ever seen the cabbages in Alaska? They're about that big because of the sunlight. They only have like 2 or 3 during the summer hours of darkness. All the rest is sun. Okay, you lost me, Buck. Oh, you got me now. But how much was it, Buck? That's easy to fix. Too much, Buck. Too much. Bear paws. That's because he walks around naked all the time. We had to call somebody for a welfare check when he was very sick. And I imagine he answered the door naked for the police. The cabbages are huge. Look it up on Facebook. I mean on um YouTube, Bubba. Buck, no Googling. No don't Google anything he says to Google. Oh, Mr. Breeze, that's my favorite dinner. Bear Paws, no. He's not allowed to Google anything on this chat. Look at, I'm going to smoke in my RV with my cloth ceilings. I'm going to show you. Look, that's like carpet up there. Okay, Margie, sleep tight, sweetie, and maybe I'll see you soon. Tell Jeff I give him a big hug virtually. And thank you for your wonderful comments on the other site. It meant a lot to me. Well, this is a 2002, Mr. Breeze. But it gives me so much room as opposed to my Class C. The dogs are happier. They run around, they play. Margie, you know I love you and I miss you so much. You do need a haircut, though. She did a good job on my hair, but if it was clean, it would be beautiful. He's not snoring. He's standing up looking at me. I got to put him on the bed. He's a Boston Terrier. He's got a breathing problem, but he normally does snore. Hang on, I gotta put him on the bed because it's past our bedtime. Hang on. Okay, go. Go, go, go. Come on. Up, up. Come on. Up, up. Up, up. There you go. Lay down. When he gets to snoring or farting, it's pretty bad. Bear paws. As far as I know, I don't snore, Buck. Excuse me. He sleeps. Look, between the two of them, one sleeps by my stomach, one sleeps in my legs, and I can't move. I cannot move with two dogs. Well, I'm happy with what I have, but what life has dealt me here recently, I'm pretty messed up. But I'm happy in my one-bedroom apartment that I drive down the road. Well, it would probably keep me warm, Buck. I'd probably save money on propane. Well, I was thinking about putting a camera up so I could hear if I snored. And, but I'm scared too. Night, Mr. Breeze. Thanks for coming, sweetie. Stay away from them damn hurricanes. They're pretty much out of the Gulf now. They're going to go up the East Coast. Thanks for coming. I sure do appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that. And then they said it might hit the East Coast again. I'm not real sure. Not real sure about anything. When I woke up this morning, I was fine till I looked at my freaking phone. And people were blowing it up with text. The sad thing is I haven't talked to her very much in the last 10 years. And I feel so guilty about that. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to hit land, Bubba. It's way out there. If it hits anything, it's going to go to England, I think. It's a record number, though. I mean, we're in freaking Roman numerals instead of names. Tell you the truth, I think they ought to do that all the time. Yes, I feel guilty. I truly do. The asteroid already passed the Earth, Buck. It was supposed to go by the day before election, so I'm not worried about that. But if it hits, let it come. She was all I had left. I've got half sisters, but they're not even worth talking to. But my sister, I was mad at her for years. And I was going to go and I told God if he got her through COVID, that I would start communicating. And I communicated with my brother-in-law. And, I mean, she could have called too, but yes, my son's coming in the morning to take me for breakfast. And I told him I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to be sober when I meet him. And I appreciate that, Buck. But my family is just withering away. The trees, the leaves are falling. Through ancestry, though, I got a hold of one of my cousins, and that I haven't seen in years. He's just standing there looking at me. Bear paws, honey. Sometimes some things are better left unsaid because you don't know the circumstances. I got you, bear paws. Well, Bubba, I don't talk about religion and I don't talk about politics, but I will talk about this. I will talk about death. She's up there. She now knows how I feel. And if she's in heaven, she's got to forgive me. Except I didn't really do anything wrong except not talk to her. No politics, Buck. But honey, if he's blood, accept it as it is. That's true, Buck. Oh, good Lord. He's looking at me like I'm nuts. Talking about the chainsaw over here. Buck, you're right. And sometimes you've got to answer questions that are unanswered. Oh my God. And he is blood. My half sisters are blood, but I've met them and we've gone through our thing. I don't know, Buck. I've got another half sister that I've never met. She lives in Houston. And half brother, but they went to go see the wrong side of the family. Okay, Bubba, honey. Love you. Sleep well. Thanks for coming. And thanks for your wonderful comments and your support. I've been on and off crying all day. I need to just lose it just for about an hour. But I can't. Tanya, I'm glad you're still here. And I'm glad you're talking. You need to talk up more. Get yourself what you need. Uh-oh. That was just PayPal. Saying up my monthly whatever. Love you too, sweetie, and I miss you. I know. Virtual hugs. Well, then give a call. I'll answer. Since I got here to Willcox, we've been putting my solar on and TV in, and I've been busy, 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 busy. But I'm never too busy to. God, my hair looks like a mess. That's why I'm wearing my hat. Give me a buzz, Bubba. It's good to hear Napoleon in the background. Boo! Boo! Yeah, I told my son, well, my heater is right by my sink, and I can't lift my arms up to wash my hair. So I gotta wash my hair in the sink so I can rest my elbows. And my heater's there right now. So I told my son, okay, your mom's hair is gonna look like shit. But then I decided, where did I put my beanie? This is a SNS and RV Cats beanie. Sharon made this. And that's what I'll wear out to eat tomorrow. Night, Bubba. It is winter here in Willcox. Yeah, Sharon from SNS and RV Cats made this, and I picked it out. The color of my hair, honey, is all natural. It's gray or white. Then you go back here and it's salt and pepper. People pay good money to get this color hair. Thank you, Bear Paws. I picked this out. She had all different colors, and I figured this would match a lot of my clothes. Because it's got all different colors in it. It's got blue, it's got gold, it's got burgundy and brown, and so it'll match almost anything I wear. So I told my son, it's like, thank you, Bear Paws. You have to tell SNS and the RV Cats. Are you coming in the lower 40 anytime soon? Find me a kiss. I want a kiss. Unless it's chocolate. And then I'll go into a coma. I bought some caramel M&Ms the other day. I hadn't eaten anything sweet since my birthday. Oh my God, I almost went into coma. Those are yummy. But I was sick for 2 days afterwards because I don't eat sugar. And my stomach was just all messed up. I mean, I had cheesecake on my birthday because that's what the kids bought. And then a little bit of cheesecake for Christopher's birthday. And after that, I bought those M&Ms and truly almost went into a coma. Really, Bear Paws? I'm right by. I'm in Willcox. Bisbee is a county seat. Tucson, of course, is too busy for me. I don't eat grits. Bear Paws. The texture makes me want to. That's the one thing I want to go to Wisconsin for is bring back cheese curds and have a Friday fish fry. All you can eat. Buck can cook, but how did I make you chuckle? Tell me, because it makes me happy to make other people happy. Yes, there's gonna be a mommy mash. Probably gonna be in Willcox. Beer and cheese. I'm buying cheese curds. I'm not worried about the beer. Beer makes me bloat. Well, thank you, Buck. I didn't text anybody because it was a little bit too late. I talked to Teresa tonight. I talked to PJ, and it's snowing in Minnesota, so she couldn't talk long because her phone kept cutting out. Oh, okay. Grits. Bleh. Just in my mouth. Okay, I don't like oatmeal unless they're in cookies. I don't like grits, and I don't eat beans. So, because of the texture in my mouth. Bear Paws, you and Buck can have at it. There's a lot of other homesteaders out here that would eat it. I would not. I mean, there's Emmy is Asian. She's from Japan. And she's been cooking us Japanese food. And it's so yummy. But today it wasn't so Japanese. It was French toast and fried potatoes. Oi. My weakness is that she didn't put onions in there, which is a good thing. Okay, I like cornbread and fried potatoes with onions. Yes, Tanya, you got that right. No beans. I can taste anything that's got beans in it. It makes me the gag factor. My throat goes, "Ugh." It's happened since I was like 2 years old. I may like the taste, but the texture, my mouth will not swallow it. Go drink your water. Ah. Well, okay, but that would put me in a coma. But I'll bet you it's kick-ass good. I mean, I've got to say. Calamari, I can't do either. I can't do baby octopuses or squid or whatever they are. But the texture, yeah. My mouth says, hold on, and my throat goes, ugh, and it closes up, even with people try to sneak stuff in the food and think it's funny. I'm allergic to green peppers. My daughter tried to sneak green peppers in something, and I got ill at work. And I said, don't ever do that again. I love shrimp. I do not like grits. Who would eat grits and shrimp? Cajuns. Never mind. Coon asses. They'd eat. Hang on, I gotta put this. I can't eat bell pepper. I'm allergic to it. Bubba Gump. And I may go to Bubba Gump when I go to Vegas, if it's open. I gotta stay away from people because my friend is going through radiation. So that's why I've got to, for the next week when I'm here, I've got to self isolate. And then when I go to Quartzsite, I've got to self isolate. And then I've got to go to Vegas to a friend who's having radiation for cancer. Film what for you, Buck? We'd rather have a. Oh, Bubba Gumps. Yeah. If they're open, I don't know what's open in Las Vegas. But they have a Bubba Gump on. Let's see, it's not Flamingo. It's on the Strip. And I don't know what road it is. But they've got a Bubba Gump up on the second level. Well, Bubba didn't. It was his buddy. What was his buddy's name? Shrimp salad, shrimp cocktail. And then Bubba learned it. Okay, you're right, Buck. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bubba was the. That's why I named it Bubba Gums. What's my favorite movie? Hmm. Oh, it's nothing recent. Probably Rebecca back in the 1940s. I think that was my favorite movie. And I don't really watch movies, which is, but if you watch Rebecca, it's very old. And the only thing that bothers me about that movie is the music, because it's like blah, 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 in your face, because it's a drama, and it's a good movie, and it had what's that British actor? Anyway, my cousin Vinny was okay. This is Bear Paws. It's black and white. If you watch Rebecca, it's got, oh, what the hell is his name? Oh, I really would like to see that movie again. It's a suspense. And the only thing that bothers me is the movie. In the movie Jane Eyre, and I like fictional um, history, Pride and Prejudice. Um, I like that one, Little Women. I don't watch a lot of suspense. That's what got me with Rebecca, because it was a suspense. Laurence Olivier, yes, thank you. That was a good movie. And the newer Jane Eyre was good. And um, I had the video and I lost it. That was a good movie, Rebecca. Robin Hood was always good. Of course, you can't miss a man in tights. I didn't think about that when I was younger, but now think about it and go, ooh, what is that man doing in tights? But Tanya, you're right. Laurence Olivier, a younger Laurence Olivier. And it was overacted, but uh, the theme was wonderful. Well, that was a stupid comedy book. I'm talking about Robin Hood and back in the day, Tarzan and Jane and what was his name? Gosh, my memory is going. Um, I can't remember. Mel Brooks is a genius, but I don't watch that kind of crazy crap. Yes, yes, Bear Paws, Johnny Weiss. That was Tarzan. I can't remember who Jane was. But back then it was something. Errol Flynn in Robin Hood. But then again, you watch um, Kevin Costner in Robin Hood. That was a good movie. Clyde, quit. Yeah, but back then, it was like, ooh, you didn't know they were sexy because I was too young. But now you think, oh my God. But if everybody watches Rebecca, that's a good movie. Tanya, why did you retract? Put it back. Look, I'm smoking in my RV. Holy shit. I didn't see what she wrote. If somebody deleted it, I could look, but she retracted, so. Oh, okay. You don't have to retract, Tanya. Well, I'm glad you joined us, Bear Paws, and I haven't had a chance to go on YouTube to subscribe to you. Anybody who subscribes to me, whether you make videos or not, I always subscribe back. But I saw the other day that you subscribed to me, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna start making videos again. Well, whether you have a channel or not, we're gonna subscribe to you. So when you have a channel, then we can go. We were the first ones to subscribe to Bear Paws. Being in Alaska, you should have a lot. I'm losing my voice. You should have a lot to film. Christopher, yeah, he films a lot. I got a new camera and I got my. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Excuse my language. I got my GoPro 7 5 or whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, Christopher, the bad thing is they changed his hours to Baker's hours. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember the Dunkin' Donuts commercial where the old guy with the mustache wakes up and at 2 o'clock in the morning and he goes, "Time to make the donuts." Then he drinks his coffee and it's time to make the donuts. Well, that's what Chris does. He bakes. So he's at work right now. I think it is Gaslight, Tanya. And I think it was Cary Grant and somebody else. I think that's it. With no, it wasn't Cary Grant. It was with Betty Davis and um I can't remember who else, but I think Betty Davis was the one they were trying to make go crazy. But I remember that movie. It's been so long. Ingrid Bergman, was it? Thought it was. Yeah, okay, Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman. I love her. She was such a good actress. My bad. But all those older movies, I love them, black and white. Um, everybody remembers James Cagney as the gangster, but he was a real musician and a singer, and I loved him in Yankee Doodle Dandy. Okay, I'll accept that bear paws because I don't remember crap. Tanya, if I can, I watch old movies all the time. James Cagney, Mickey Rooney, um, but I don't remember names. As far as that was a long time ago. Audie Murphy was a long time ago in the westerns. Alan Ladd, I've heard of, but I can't remember anything he played in. Well, you guys been whipping out the names. But those are old movies. I love old movies. I love Shane. Okay, I remember Shane. I like a lot of movies, but then I don't like the modern movies because they're crap. They're all digitally uh, whatever, but you look at the old movies and those are fantastic. You look at Cary Grant and you wouldn't know he was a comedian because he played in a couple dramas. But Baby and Me, and he was more of a comedian than anything else. No, he wasn't on MASH. MASH was, um, I remember that because I watched every episode because that was my mom's favorite comedy before she died. Alan Alda. Um, Nobody on MASH really made a movie except for Alan Alda, and that was uh, with what's her name that played in Goodbye Girl. They met once a year. What was the name? It may have been once a year. Alan Alda. Gregory Peck, yes. That's okay, Buck. I hit the caps every once in a while. And then I remember Fred McMurray and Irene Dunn, I believe, in The Egg. That was a funny son of a gun. And oh God, I love all those old movies. The newer ones stink. Except, of course, for The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and I'm a Twilight fan and Lord of the Rings, Twilight. There's one other one. Somebody help me here. Shit. The Goodbye Girl was good. It was a good movie. As a matter of fact, I have it on DVD here. I'm still trying to remember. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, what's the other one? Twilight. And there's one more that I have the series of. Oh, I can't remember. I watched the first couple. I bought the whole first season, and it was too. How do I say it? The movies nowadays, they have no shame. Lewd, yes. I stopped watching it. The Lord of, oh, Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. That's the other one. I watched part of it. I think John Kerry, as far as movies go, I think his funniest movie was Uncle Buck. That was a funny son of a gun. John Candy was great, and he was from Wisconsin. Him and Belushi and all them died of a heart attack. Rodney Dangerfield, he was good. Caddyshack, I get no respect. No respect. I think that was the only movie I ever saw him in was Caddyshack. But he won at the end. I mean, they were all fantastic. I mean, you sit back and think, those were colored movies. You go back to the black and white, and uh, Audrey Hepburn or Katharine Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart, and then Bogart and Bacall, of course, in all their movies. Tombstone was a good movie too. I'm right down the road from Tombstone, and I haven't even been there yet. I mean, I'm not a half an hour from Tombstone, but I will visit it. Yeah, there goes the neighborhood. I know you didn't mean Tombstone, but Tombstone was a good movie with Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. I don't think anybody could have played Doc Holliday better than Val Kilmer. And of course, Sam Elliott. Oh, and Ken Paxton. Catherine O'Hara was beautiful. I'm gonna go to Tombstone this summer. I'm not gonna go during the winter. I'm up here at 4,200 feet. It is cold. You go on the quartzite, it's 800 feet, and it's like 10 degrees warmer. We had snow before Minnesota had snow. When we went to pick up my solar panels, um, I can't wait to do the video on the solar panels because um, it's fantastic. Oh, Bear Paws, I'm sorry, ended up in a nut house, but I may be there with him. Things keep going the way they're going this year. But Tombstone is supposed to be pretty cool. I know a lot of YouTube video people went there, but they're not me. I'm a woman. I see things in a different light than a man does. Nomadic Fanatic went, and everybody went to Tombstone except for me. And I live right down the road. River Phoenix. I've heard of that name, but I can't place it. In Tombstone, is there a nut house in Tombstone? But I will visit. I'm gonna start making videos. Um, do you know at the top of your RV you've got your black tank? You got your little vent pipe, and you open up your window and you're driving down the road, and the sewage smell comes right through your RV. But if you get a thing called a cyclone, it almost looks like a fish. You put it up there and it points and it siphons the gas out of your RV. Well, a Japanese lady painted a fishy on my um, cyclone and it is beautiful. And when I do the video, it's going to be fantastic. She's very, very artistic. Ah, okay. I've heard of them, but didn't they overdose or something? River Phoenix, wasn't he married to? Now that somebody mentioned it's sad about him. Wasn't it drug related, Buck? I don't want to take you in the bathroom with me, so I'm going to smoke another cigarette. Just as long as I don't smoke in here all the time. Sit in the door or in the bathroom. River Phoenix. I guess I can look that up. I'm not real sure. Does anybody have any buffering? Because this Buck, if you still got that hotspot that you bought, this will work. I got a new internet and it's unlimited, and it's at first $40 a month unless you get three other people in your party. Then it goes down to $25 a month. Totally unlimited. Verizon. And it's legal. So I pay $25 a month for no buffering. Yeah, it's called Visible. It's Visable. They send you a free SIM card, but you got to put it in with one of their phones. So you may have to buy a phone because it's not. Chris would have to talk to you about it because he set mine up. Hang on a second, I gotta put the dog to bed. One of them, anyway. I can't get up. Go, come on. Go. Shit. We'll see how long Clyde stays in his bed. Who let the dogs out? Bear Paws. Not me. I was sitting on the step smoking a cigarette with the door open. And I heard and walking and walking. And I looked down and I said, damn, that's an ugly dog. Turned out to be a javelina. Went under my RV, come under my door, was just standing there. I was smoking my cigarette. And I said, who? Clapped my hands and it took off. Javelinas are not pigs. They look like a pig, but they're related to the hippopotamus, of all things, and not pigs. But I thought it was a stray dog, and I looked down and went, wow, that's an ugly dog. And then I went, hey, and it turned around and I saw its face and I went, oh shit. And off it ran. Well, the good thing is, bear paws, they don't climb stairs. I Afterwards I read up on them, and they're not pigs. They look like pigs, but they're actually related to the hippopotamus, and they're herb. Um, they eat vegetation, and they root around for roots and plants. I'm like, holy crap! They are mean, especially if their mamas with babies buck. Was it a raccoon or was it a skunk? May have been a raccoon, but I thought it was a skunk. But yeah, I don't have a cat, so I don't have to worry. The neighbors have a cat, a black cat. It looks like a little panther. He's gorgeous. And right, I remember that commercial, Bear Paws. I'm glad we got a new member to the tribe, Bear Paws, up in Alaska. I like commercials, especially funny commercials. I mean, that would be something I would do. Come on, sweetie, let's go. Because I'm blind as a bat without my glasses. So I can relate. It's a commercial I've been referring to, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, Lord. But it was funny. It reminded me of Christopher. Oh, I was in Texas for 30 years, and I couldn't get out of it quick enough. I got out, went to Los Angeles, then went to Las Vegas. Then my daughter got sick when she was pregnant with her son, so I went back to Texas and was stuck again. Then I get out of Texas. My daughter moves to Georgia. Then she has breast cancer, so I have to travel from Quartzsite to Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia to be exact, Florida Georgia line, and be with her there. Then I end up back in Texas again. That's of course, but that's my domicile. But um, and then finally made it back to Willcox. I can't remember that one, but you would remember a fart. Uh, do you know what gets me with those freaking Budweiser commercials? That freaking puppy that keeps running away and going to the Budweiser horse and keeps running away, and the guy would get mad at the puppy. And for years, that dog would get under the fence and go see the horse until the puppy died, of course. The puppy was gray, the horse was gray, the man was gray, and he'd accept the dog coming to see the horse. That was one of my favorite Budweiser commercials. And another one that gets me is when the Budweiser Clydesdale is just a baby and all the mamas and daddies are running when the coach goes by, and here this little horse goes by and he ends up being the lead of the team. Horses and dogs are wonderful. I love any kind of animal. Excuse me, except a rattlesnake, which we have out here. And what else? Alligators. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see me go face to face with an alligator. It was not fun. But it is what it is. Super Bowl is about to happen in January. I don't even know who's going to the Super Bowl. I guess we don't know because the football season's still on. And I love a lot of the Super Bowl commercials. So, alligator, bear paws. I got I put it on Facebook. I was on a dock. We were doing family pictures and they were done with me. So I walked to the dock, took my phone. There were 4 alligators. One of them was right by the dock, and I was having a face down with him. And he moved. He went real fast under the water, and I about crapped my pants or my dress and my panties because I had a dress on. And I jumped whoop out of the way, and the film stopped. But he was just going down into the water. He wasn't climbing up onto the dock, which was a good thing. But I mean, it was like, okay, I'm having a face down with the alligators. But hi, Ellie. Oh, the kiwi is here. Bear Paws, this is Ellie. Ellie, this is Bear Paws. Bear Paws is in Alaska. Ellie is in New Zealand, where there's no snakes and there's hardly any COVID. Uh, Teresa's probably asleep. I talked to her. I talked her ear off for a while. With my sister being gone, she's gone through so much sorrow. I needed her to get me through it for the time being. How's Kiwi Land, Ellie? Your oldies, how are they doing? Friday the 13th. Wow, you got a lot in one paragraph. It is Friday the 13th. Here and now, too. Uh, well, you guys in New Zealand have been doing fantastic with the COVID. Here, it's going rampant. Bear Paws, she calls, um, she works in you're a sort of not a minister, but you're, oh God, please explain to me what you are religious wise. And I know we don't talk religion, but if it's somebody's occupation, then you are if she volunteers at an old folks home or she gets paid, that's her business. And she calls them oldies. Am I an oldie, Ellie? It's a hot mess over here, Ellie. Hot mess. But we'll get through it. We got to. I'm trying to talk my brother-in-law into having a memorial for my sister in the spring after some sort of vaccine comes available. Preacher. I know you fed oldies. I remember when you lost your glasses and you couldn't find them. When you found them, all the fingerprints were on because they were all trying to figure out whose glasses they were. Hell, I'll never make it that long, Ellie. My sister was 63 and she passed. "40 sets of fingerprints on your spectacles." Good thing was you found them, and they all tried to find out whose they were, and they were yours. I'll never forget that story. I thought it was so funny. Alaska, what time is it in Alaska, Bear Paws? And by the way, Bear Paws, thank you for subscribing to me. I'll start having videos. I'm going to do a video of my new home now that everything's done. Yes, Ellie, but I believe it was COVID related and um, just after midnight. Well, it's 2 o'clock here. Just after 2 o'clock. Well, see, you don't have to go to sleep, but thank you, Ellie. And I'll tell the story one more time. She went into the doctor because she had a blood clot in her arm. When she went into the doctor with the blood clot in her arm, she got tested for COVID and she tested positive. So she she went home, got sick, went into the hospital, and ended up with COVID pneumonia. So they moved her back home because they thought she was doing better, and after 3 days she couldn't breathe, and they put her back in the hospital. During that time, blood clots started to form, but they needed to do open heart surgery. So they did open heart surgery 4 days ago, beginning of the week. And the heart surgery went well. Open heart surgery. And she was up. She was eating breakfast this morning or yesterday morning. And they were ready to transfer her to another room out of ICU. And she died from a blood clot. Now, if anybody knows anything about COVID, the main source of death is blood clots. They're not marketing it as COVID related, but I believe she died because of the blood clots from COVID. Now, all those who believe COVID isn't real, even the ones I love, can kiss my ass because it is real. And it is a thing. And I lost a sister. Now, let me see what everybody wrote. Well, give him your blood bug. Hey, bully, what's up? And thank you. Ellie, if you want to send me a message on Facebook Messenger, I know because your country has been very good with the COVID. If there's anything you want to ask, just hit me up on Facebook Messenger and ask away, because the more people that are informed, the more people understand. People say it's fake, it's fake news, but my sister suffered for weeks, and the blood clots got her. I agree, Ellie, because I also agree that they shouldn't have done open heart surgery 2.5 weeks after she got out of the hospital. I think she's made it all this while. I think she could have made it a couple months. Heart Doctors, it was one of the best hospitals in the country for heart surgery. They were one of the first to do a transplant, but she was, and I promised God that if he got her through COVID, I would try and make amends. And he got her through COVID, but he didn't get her through heart surgery. So I can't make amends. But you know what? She can hear me. She knows how I feel. People, this is killing me. I feel so guilty. Anyway, I'm done. I don't smoke in my RV, but I have today. Anyway, I appreciate it, Bear Paws. I'm probably not going to go to the memorial unless they change it because of the COVID. Because she's up in Wisconsin and they're ravaged with it. Ravaged. And I can't, if I go, my daughter goes. And my daughter just went through cancer treatment. And she can't afford to be subjected to COVID. Thank you, Ellie. Oh, honey, Bear Paws, you just joined the club. My daughter had breast cancer at the beginning of the year. She's cancer free right now, thank God. And she's only 39. She was 38 when she got diagnosed. And then her dad died after she got diagnosed. Baby daddy. And then my sister got COVID, had heart surgery, and died. And there was someone else in there somewhere, I can't remember. Yes, she did. She kicked cancer's ass, but she'll be going through hormone treatments for the next 5 years. 4 years left. Yes, and that's what keeps me going is she's here. Her hair is growing back. She's lively as ever. Bear Paws, that's what I'm thinking. He wants to do it on the 12th of December. But I'm not going to go. Now, if they want to do a virtual memorial, that would be fine. I would hook up to it. But later in the spring, after a vaccine has come out, we can do a celebration of life for her. And she's up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is just ravaged with the COVID. And my daughter she won't let me go alone. So she wants to go with me. She wasn't going to go. And I said, I can't do that. So I'm not going to go. And she's being cremated. It's not like she has to have a funeral and bury her that day. I mean, my son offered to pay for the urn. Um, and so Rosie sent, my sister loved cardinals, and everybody knows cardinals are sent from God. And well, Ellie, I've got to self-isolate for 2 weeks because I've got to go to Las Vegas. A friend of mine has got cancer, and he's going through radiation. And he's gone through 3 radiations, and he's got to go 5 days a week for 6 weeks. And he said, I find myself very tired. And I've seen my mom go through radiation, and it was not pretty after a certain amount of time. So I'm going to self-isolate before I go see him. I'll go to the store tomorrow, pick up enough food to get me through a week here, then travel to Quartzsite, park my RV, and take my Toad to Las Vegas and spend time with him because his mama's in Portland and his brother's in New York. So, oh honey, I'm in Willcox with Christopher, and there's no safer place because we're in the middle of BFE, and the only time I go into town is to get groceries. I mask up. I have my hand sanitizer and everything else. And when I go to Quartzsite, I'll be able to self quarantine because most of the people that from Canada can't come down because they close the borders. So it ought to be pretty quiet. And then me and my dogs will jump in the car while Bear or somebody watches my RV while I'm gone. When I go to Vegas, I will be at his house, and he's already isolated except for going for radiation treatments, which kind of scares me because my sister was on dialysis and they believe she got COVID at the dialysis center. So every time he goes, he gets tested. You know, Well, he pretty much stays in his room. I've stayed with him before. And I stay in the guest room, and there's a patio door where my dogs can go out and go potty, where I don't have to be in public. And I'll wear a mask when I'm around him because he's going to be vulnerable due to the radiation. And so I'm not going to go gambling or anything. I'm pretty careful, Ellie. I carry my sanitizer, my gloves, my Tommy Copper masks, and I'm pretty careful. So before I go and see him, I've got to self-isolate so he knows I'm okay. I've thought it through. He's one of my best friends. I've known him for 15 years, and he's gone through divorce, and now he's by himself going through radiation. His mom was there during the surgery when they put the stuff in his prostate in order for the radiation to go in. And I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. And then his brother's coming in from New York, and he's going to be there 2 weeks. And, he said to me today, no, your family is first. Go take care of that. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. But he's only gone through 3, now 4 radiation treatments. He said, I find myself being very tired. And he's got to go through 6 weeks of it. So by the 4th week, it's gonna kick his ass. I don't mind telling you, he's gonna be worthless as tits on a boar hog. Buck, my RV is going to be with hopefully Bear or Russell, another guy I own. It'll be at the LTVA, and they'll be watching it. Bear I may just park it by him so he can keep an eye on it. Bear paws, that's what I was put on earth for, to help take care of other people. I mean, I'm alone, I don't have a man, and things happen, and when things happen, I was here last year and my best friend's dad died, and I was on my way to Georgia because my daughter was going through cancer treatments. And I stopped off at Dallas and surprised her for her dad's funeral. It is what it is. I was put on earth to take care of other people. Ellie, God put me on earth to take care of other people. I'll get my reward when I die. Right now, I don't ask for anything but friendship for anybody I help. Thank you, Bear Paws. I mean, November is a bad year, and I said it before. Mom died the 1st of November in 1979. I just had my son. Dad died in November, day before Thanksgiving, on the 21st, 1990. And my sister died in November 12th, 2020. November is not a good year. I hope I can make it to spring training. God help me. I tried to get there 2 years in a row, honey. But something always happened. Daughter with cancer or deaths or something like that where I had to leave. I talked to Teresa today. I called her. I texted her. You know, now that winter's here, it's hibernation season. And we're taking turns, Ellie. Something goes bad for her, and I'm there for her. And she gets over it, and then something goes bad for me. She's there for me. I get over it. Something bad happens. It's like a big yo-yo. But she's doing okay. I talked to her today. I texted her. She was sleeping. Texted her and told her that about my sister, and she called me. We talked for about an hour and a half. And Teresa's gone through a lot, so she can understand how I feel. But Teresa's doing better. Her only problem is it's winter and it's cold outside. Yeah, she said she didn't want to call me because she didn't want to bring me down. And I said, Teresa, that's what friends are for, to listen. And if you can't listen to a friend, and Buck, I hope so. I told everybody here today, Christopher and Amy, and I said, if I could go to sleep and wake up at a minute before midnight on 2020 and take a shot of whatever is there, whether it be vodka, rum, and just close my eyes and have the year be better. But it's not going to be better till we have a vaccine. I know, right? We'll run her down the street, except we'll have to wait till summer. But it's too cold. A skinny Jimmy. Is that a beer paws? I'm gonna keep it in Quartzsite because it's closer to Las Vegas than here, and it's too cold up here. We're at 4,200 feet. So you go to Quartzsite, it's not going to be as cold there. And my pipes won't freeze, and Christopher won't have to bother with it because he works so hard. but I'll leave it in quartzite either by rustling them or by bare. Yeah, Ellie, because of his weight, it's affecting his health. So the VA is going to cover the bypass, hoping that the rest of his health gets better afterwards because he's losing weight. But I guess I don't stop and kidnap you and take you to Daytona to eat anymore, huh, Buck? I have a tendency to kidnap people. Ellie. Buck tries to behave. When we kidnapped him and when me and Rachel kidnapped him and took him to Daytona, he tried to be real good on his meal, but we talked him into the nasty stuff. Well, by then it ought to be okay in Florida. I mean, it is what it is. Look at I'm smoking in my RV. I don't ever smoke in my RV. It was delicious. That was a good restaurant. And we got the outside table, and I got to dance in the waves on Daytona shores. Ellie, give it time. It takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks, honey, to come off sugar. It's like a drug. Afterwards, you won't even remember to eat. You're immune for now, but there's been people who have had it a second time. So there's young, healthy kids that been having it a second time. So you don't know that you're immune. Don't say that you are unless they do antibodies. He's got a shave though, Ellie. He looks terrible in a beard. Okay, but it could stop tomorrow. You don't know. Kid, 16 weeks after he had COVID the first time, the second time, it almost killed him. So just be careful. Ellie, I watch him in the lake house, that movie, The Lake House. And then I look at him now and I go, that is not the same guy. Dude needs to shave. Well, since I saw you, Buck, I've lost about 9 pounds. I ate chocolate the other day and got sick to my stomach, literally, for 3 days because I don't eat sugar. The Lake House was a wonderful movie. So he needs to shave so I can remember what his freaking face looks like instead of all that long shit and all that hair on his face. I haven't changed my eating habits. I just don't eat sugar, bread, not too much pasta. Rice is healthier. I have hypoglycemia, the opposite of diabetes. My body makes too much insulin. And if I eat sweets, I get sick. I love toast. I ate French toast today. Oh my God, and I'm paying for it tummy wise. I don't put sweets into my body. I don't put bread into my body. No pastas. Matter of fact, when I make steaks for Chris, I said, you gotta make your own sides. Or sit here and eat the steak without sides. Yes, that's the potty mouth bear paws. I try not to eat any carbs at all, but the neighbor here is Asian. She's Japanese, and she cooks Japanese, which for some reason doesn't make me gain weight because there's so much vegetables in there. Honey, you can make the sex life improve if you want to. Be like fried green tomatoes. Wrap yourself in cellophane when your husband walks through the door. No, I haven't. She's been cooking Japanese, and my downfall has been beer lately. But she's a good cook, and I'm gonna miss them because they're going to California in the morning. And by the time they get back, I'll be gone because I've got to self isolate. Tries. We'll let you be the water, honey. Keep that sex life going. If you're off carbs or whatever, you'll get cranky for about. When you first go off sugar, it's like coming off drugs. And for about 2 weeks, you get very cranky. And then afterwards, the weight just drops. And it's amazing. My daughter and I went on the Atkins diet, and I mean, she lost 35, 40 pounds, and I lost about the same. And then I got a hold of sugar. It's a bad thing. Somebody get that thank you bug. Yes, Christopher's gonna be lonely for a little while. But when I'm done with Quartzite and whatever, I'm gonna come back here, and then we're gonna sit around here till June, and then we're gonna go pick up Kelly with my RV, and he will never be lonely again. I know my boobs. 3 whole weeks, what, bear paws? Honey, it doesn't matter how they hang. They're there, baby. Yeah, he's got a place to go for Thanksgiving. He's going to Tony's, the Indian man that made the walking stick for him and I. He's going there for Thanksgiving. And then he'll go to see him on Christmas too. So it's an open invitation for Christopher to spend Thanksgiving with Tony. It's where he spent Thanksgiving last year. Tony is an amazing Native American. Yeah. He's got an open invitation to any holiday to go eat. I do too, but I'll be in Vegas for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to try and talk my brother-in-law out of the 4th of December memorial service if the funeral home doesn't do it first. Because she's being cremated, so the memorial can last way after her death rather than her dying and them not cremating her and her rotting. So oh, I believe you, Bear Paws. A lot of men like that stuff between their ears. Well, Ellie, I understand that completely. But he's got to understand the oldies need your help too. Hang on, I got to put the seat down for her. Go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. This dog loves my wheelchair. I haven't used it since I've been here in Willcox because the sand ruins the tire gears. I know. Emmy next door, her name is EMI. Emmy. She's an Asian girl, very athletic. I thought she was 100 pounds soaking wet, but she said she's 120. But she walks her cat, and she always exercises. And she's very thin. Has no butt. Really has no boobs either. And right? You talk about boobies. Buck, I'll tell you, I think he was married 3 times. All 3 times to strippers. 2 of the times he married a stripper, he met them in church. He's just attracted to them. That's okay. I'm glad you showed up. Take care of them pups. You have to get mommy to what? Romeo and Riley. I do need to rest, but you know what? I can't rest. May have to have Christopher take me to the TA when he gets home from work. Oh shit, it's almost 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. I had no idea it was that late. My son says, make sure you go to bed early. We'll be there at 9 o'clock. Like, I'll have to take my phone into the bedroom. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. But my pills haven't kicked in, and I don't understand why. I guess my sisters keep me up. It might have been Ellie. I don't know. Buck had a tendency of meeting strippers at church and then married them. I think one of them was the only one that he didn't. What is, your right or my kids? My kids said they'd be here about 9 or 10 o'clock. They left Dallas a while ago. Hey, Judy, how are you, honey? You're just north of me. Bear Paws, you're way north east of me. Unless you're not in Alaska and you're in Arizona. Judy, you've been doing okay? I haven't been on for a while. Oh, okay. She's in Seattle, yeah. So you're just north of her. Fantastic, Judy. I'm glad to hear it. I hope you're making the best of your retirement. It's 3 hours by airplane, yeah. It'll take longer than that from where I'm at. Someday I want to go to Alaska because I hear it's very pretty a certain time of year. Got a friend's sister that owns a restaurant in Alaska. It's called Romano's or something like that. They opened the first Italian restaurant in Anchorage, and he's Greek. He's not even Italian, but they did a good job because they opened up first years and years ago. Romano's, I think, is the name of the restaurant. It's in Anchorage. They're a chain now, I think. A friend of mine that just passed away this year, another one, her sister and her husband own that restaurant. I agree, Ellie. Even though I just have a sip of. My kids are gonna have to call me when they get into town. Yeah, I know the owners of the restaurant. They opened when the pipeline first came through. There was a lot of workers, and they opened up their restaurant. They've done pretty good. 16 years, Ellie. Damn, that's a long time. No, God. No, don't you do it. Well, it's 65 here too, unless you go on disability like I'm on. Hell, I bent over yesterday to get something out of a drawer and threw my bag out for the rest of the day. Well, first he said 8 o'clock in the morning, bear paws. Then he said in between 9 and 10. So I'm going to brush my hair, spray it with some smelly stuff, put my hat on, and go and meet the boys. Cotton wool. I've never heard of such a thing as cotton wool. Up, up. Go and lay down. We'll go out before I go to bed. I'll call him before I go to sleep and tell them they need to call me about half an hour before they get into Willcox, so I can wake up. Oh, I'm allergic to cats, which is a shame. Okay, Buck. Good night, and thank you for coming, honey. Sorry it was so late, but I had phone calls to take care of. Aw. Thank you, Ellie. Or Buck. I'll be back on more. I've got this jetpack. And it seems to not buffer. It's no buffering at all. So I think I'm going to shut it down. The dog needs to pee. And I need to text my son and tell him to, hey, Clyde is not snoring, Ellie. He's looking at me and I think he's got to pee. So I got to take him out. So it's time for me to... Thank you, Ellie. I love you too. And Bear Paw, thank you for coming, honey. And we'll see you next time. And I'll be making videos. I'm trying to grow my channel. And thank you for your support. I kind of needed this tonight. Oh, this chat's a good chat, Bear Paws. We don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, and we don't talk hate. And anybody that does that, I usually have more moderators on here. They get rid of them before I can even see them. Good night, Allie. Or good day, because it's daytime there for you. Thank you for coming to my live stream. Love y'all and look forward to videos because I've got solar videos that need to come up. I got a dog that's trying to hold his pee so hard. He's snorting at me and staring at me. So I gotta go let him out. And I gotta go to bed so I can wake up and meet my children for breakfast. Love you all. Thanks for showing. Bye.